like equinox. Like that's what I feel like when I look at you. Yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
You gotta fake
Totally.
it till you make it, man. I feel like I'm Equinox, but I'm not.
You
I'm
are. You are.
Equinox is a whole other
I know.
robot.
Yeah. All right. Excellent. Well, I want to welcome everybody. Me and
Yay.
Monice, we're just doing a little chit chat. We are here to share, as part of Ladies of Business week of pop ups that came because it rained. And, we were just saying, like, run with it and see what happens. And kind of that's what we're doing. And it's working out so beautifully. So,
Yay.
yeah. So, my intention to have Monice on is to get people involved, to get them inspired that local action is happening. If you're sitting around feeling like, oh, I have energy, I don't know what to do with it, or you're in need and you feel trapped and lost, we have some information for you.
Yay.
Yay.
Exactly. Um,
So why don't you just tell us about yourself, like who you are, why you're sitting in this gorgeous space and you have the mic on and all, like tell us about you.
no problem. So I'm Monice, aka Mo. I usually go by Mo. That's how most people know me. I live in Rockaway. I live actually in Arvern with my husband now. It's a weird thing to say, but he's my husband. His name is Eric. He's actually from here. He's been here his whole life. Um, we met in college, but I moved here a little after we started dating. So it's been about 6 years since I've been here. We have a dog. We live in Arvern. It's beautiful. Right now, I'm currently in my new studio. I just got it. First month. Whoop, whoop. We're here. And I'm a fitness instructor slash personal trainer slash Pilates instructor. So I've been doing that for a while. I've been active slash like an exercise junkie slash athlete my whole life. Essentially, I was raised in Jamaica, so like track is life.
Uh,
Um, and yeah, so that's a little bit about me. And I host online classes through Zoom, which is why I'm here now, a little bit sweaty and gross because I just had a class at 7:30
I
till
mean,
like
like gorgeous
8:30.
and glowing is more like it, but
Yeah,
okay.
a little bit. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's me.
Well, if people only watch up till now, how can they find you just in case they're like, I want that?
Well, you can find me on my personal Instagram, which is Monasty, um, MonastYY. That's pretty simple. Or you can find me at goodform.ny. That's the spaces Instagram, like my business Instagram. Either or is fine. You'll always be able to navigate between the two. So
Great. Awesome. And I am Enchantress Shane, and I own the Awkward Academy. And I teach people that fun is the most important thing, and that even in the hardest of times, it takes a lot of courage to have fun and to show up and be visible. And that includes pushing a lot of edges. Um, and so I basically teach people how to enjoy moments. Sorry, there's a fly. No matter what's happening and going on, and to use self expression as the tool.
nice.
And I'm on the board of Ladies of Business Rockaway Beach. And I wake up every morning just seeing how great people are. Mostly women I work with, but men too. And oftentimes people don't see their greatness until not only I, but until I poke around and I'm like, here, look at all these amazing things. And then they start to see themselves as really amazing. Um,
Real.
and I also write in the Rockaway Times an advice column in case anybody has a question they wanna send ahead.
I love
Um,
that.
yeah, so let's talk a little bit about Rockaway Mutual Aid. We're both busy, entrepreneurial community members, and yet here we are adding more stuff to our probably already full plates. So, what was it? How did you get involved with Rockaway Mutual Aid? And then tell us a little bit about what it is.
Yeah, so in the height of the pandemic, I was like laid off. I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, I'm just feeling like weird. I'm feeling stuck. I'm feeling like, because I mean, I've been working my whole life. Like, since I've been in high school, I don't know anything but work. And I don't know, I was just feeling really weird and just like, I mean, I'm sure everybody has. It's a pandemic, like nobody knows how to feel. And I just was like, how do I help? How do I get back? But I don't have money. I also, like, I applied for unemployment, but due to my like immigration status, I wasn't getting any money for I didn't get any money until like June. And
Mm.
I applied in March, so I was like really stressed out on top of that, and I was just like needing an outlet to like kind of get my stresses out and just
Mm.
see what I could do because there's just madness, constant chaos going on. And I don't know, I just kind of stumbled upon it on someone's story. I can't remember if it was maybe Laura Nessie or Rockaway Barge. I honestly don't know, but I follow someone, like I follow a lot of people in the area, and I saw it and I was like, what is this really about? Like, I have no idea. I just was like, this seems interesting. Let me check into it. So I looked into it. I actually knew the person who when I reached out about the like signing up or whatever, like seeing what I could do to help. I knew the person. I believe it was Carly,
Yeah.
and she was like, "Oh, hey Mo, like I didn't know this was you," or like we just were like, "Oh, okay, cool." Like we could just speak candidly, and
Yeah.
I'll show you. I'll train you and do all this stuff. And she was like, "You should hop into like the Zoom meeting we have on Thursdays," and I was like, "Okay." That sounds cool. So I hop in the meeting and I was like a little intimidated because it seemed like people like knew what they were going on or what everything was happening, and like there was a lot of like moving and shaking, and I was just like, oh, I don't know what's going on. Like I was really nervous. So I like expressed my thoughts like a little bit after, and everyone was super nice and they were like, no, like do not feel pressure, like in about knowing anything. We all are just like no one is like heading this. No one is like
Mm.
the main person. Like we're all just trying to figure this out together. So the next Zoom call, I got like a little bit more courage and I started talking a little bit, saying like, oh well, we could use this here. We can do X, Y, and Z here, and people really started to like resonate with that. And they're like, yeah, like let's hear more of your ideas. And I was like, okay,
Mm.
that's interesting. But yeah, it was really nice to kind of be in a space that I didn't feel like I needed to know a lot, when I thought like you had to know it all about anything with a nonprofit or whatever. Like I just was really like feeling weird about that. Like I felt like I wouldn't be able to contribute when in fact like I was able to contribute as much as I could. And in doing all of that, I was able to start dispatching and then doing deliveries, which anyone can really do. And I thought it was like, you need to be trained for like a week and shadow somebody and do all this stuff. And I was like, I don't know if I can do that, but it was super easy. Everybody on the team is very chill, very nice, very sweet. And I'm just super like grateful for meeting all these people. Like I have no idea, because in that time I was just like, I don't know what's going on with the world, and it really made me like feel like there's a lot of hope, especially on this peninsula with a lot of
Mm.
the things that happen. So
Yeah. Oh, I just got chills. What a beautiful thing you gave to yourself. I think a lot of people can relate, like, that, now it's a little bit, it's different, but in the beginning it was very frantic. It was like apocalypse. We don't know what to do. And then to think of like people who need real help, either they're homebound or there's just like no car or whatever medical stuff. So I think what's really interesting that you said, and I want to highlight, is it's going to come sound weird, but no one's in charge. I mean, that can sound like a mess to some people. But I think what is so beautiful, and I've been to one of the Zoom meetings, is there's space for everybody. Like there's space for everybody to have input and committees and smaller teams so that there's no overwhelm. I mean, maybe there is, because you want it to work, but that's the overwhelm, is that we want this to work versus I can't do it all, and stuff like that. So what is mutual aid if people don't know?
yeah, so there's actually I didn't know this either until I saw it like kind of popping up all over Instagram, whatever. The point
Yeah.
is, I didn't know mutual aid existed for as long as it did. I thought it was just like something that came out of like because we have a pandemic, and in fact, like this has been going on for years. I'll just give you like the rundown with Rockaway Mutual Aid.
Yeah.
So Rockaway Mutual Aid aims to provide resources, assistance, and connections between members of our community who may be suffering or unable to provide for their basic needs in the midst of the COVID 19 epidemic. The values of solidarity, mutual care, and direct action underlie our actions as a group. We have no political or religious affiliation. We're just we're just community members helping our neighbors. So, with all that being said, it's just a bunch of people who see a need in the community that needs to be filled, and they fill it. And there's no, like you said too, like there's no pressures. If you need to like back off because you have a lot of stuff going on in your life, feel free. You just have to be transparent with everyone, just so they know, like, okay, we'll step in and we'll cover you for now, or okay, you think you can take on a little bit more? Great, we can get you on this team. So a couple of examples are like we've recently set up a refrigerator in next to the Almeida Club, and that first refrigerator, it took a decent amount of work, but we did it. And it didn't. It like we divided it up amongst all of us, so it didn't feel like one person was doing all this work. So like one person brought the fridge, one person brought some food. We started putting out flyers. Like we all, a bunch of us did that work, and it just felt effortless, and it felt like, wow, we did that. And now it's just kind of self-sustainable. I mean, I pretty much live down the block from that area, so I can walk over there anytime and like fill up the fridge or check on it and see whatever. But that, I just do that on my own time. I'll be walking my dog and I'll just check to see if everything's okay. And that's nothing too crazy for me, you know. It's
Yeah.
not like I have to like plan out my day and be like, gotta take out an hour to go. It's not that serious. So I feel like a lot of people, when it comes to volunteering and doing any type of work, mutual aid, whatever, they feel like it's gonna take up too much of their time. When in fact, it takes so little. Like you have no idea, and it just feels good. Like you, at the end of it, if you even are doing anything for longer than an hour, you're just like, I can do that all the time. Like it's really not that big a deal.
Yeah.
Like,
I
yeah,
do I do my deliveries today, and I just, there's something about getting out of the space that's comfortable and normal, that you see the same people. I have seen some new spots in Rockaway that I never saw. I get to the Bayside, I do my food shopping. Like it's a little event for me. It feels really exciting and good. And oftentimes when I give it, like there's a couple of women that are older, we're just like blessings, blessings to you. It really makes my heart explode.
yeah,
And I'm super busy and my life is important and la la la. And this makes everything else calm. It's
yeah,
like I get to put my feet in someone else's shoe. I mean, there's people are so grateful.
yeah.
Um,
That's one of my favorite parts about it too. Whenever I've done deliveries, I'm like, first of all, yeah, like I've never been to this part of Rockaway or like into this little crevice, so that's definitely cool. But it really puts into perspective like how like grateful people can be. Like people are always thinking like everyone's awful and all this stuff. It's like no, people are just trying to live their life, and they're some people are dealing with things harder than others, and they just need a little bit extra help. And when you help them, they're like, oh my gosh, like thank you, you don't know how much I needed this. And you're like, wow, like you're welcome, you know. And that in itself is just,
yeah,
that's great to feel that connection with people. So
yeah, yeah, yeah. The idea of like, wow, little old me. I just like first stage might be like, oh, this is a pain in my butt. Now it's like, wow, I'm bringing this woman the only groceries she's getting all week. Like, geez, I'm giving myself chills. Like that's such a big
yeah,
deal.
it
And the
is.
other part I want to highlight is the word you use was sustainable. Because it's mutual, we're not just giving. Like if there's a day, like there's a woman and she went back to work, but she would still like to receive the groceries, and like her son came to pick it up. So it's not like helping the needy, which I don't think is very sustainable, because at some point the people who are delivering either get burnt out or resentful or whatever. But this is mutual. So if I needed support, if I needed, I wonder, I didn't even think about it, somebody to come walk my dog, or if I needed some help, I feel like I put my time in. And even if I didn't, I could ask for something in return. And that mutual thing, I think, is so beautiful. It's what I feel in Rockaway. It's like everybody has what to give, and it might not even seem valuable to the person giving. It might be a phone call. Like in the beginning I said, I have a therapy background, so I said if people have real anxiety or stress, like they can have my phone number or we can have an appointment. So like what might be so easy for some people might just be the biggest help to somebody else. And I think that mutual piece even if you never use it, if I never ask for anything back, just like, oh, I have that in my back pocket in case I need it. That feels really like old school community, like
Yeah.
Sesame Street, just like really loving and beautiful.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that, especially like living in a town like this. I wasn't like raised in like this small town mentality. Like, I mean,
Right.
I was raised in Atlanta, but we lived in like a suburb. So here,
Yeah.
like, there's like in a suburb, like, there's no like stores and like restaurants like there. They're always like miles away from you. So you just only know your neighbors. But here in Rockaway, you have like a store next door to you, and then you have your neighbors upstairs, and then like it's New York City and it's a small town. So
Mhm.
having the mutual aid and like having like even a community forum and all of this stuff, like, people don't understand how much a safe space and like just talking and like
Yes.
putting out ideas and all of this stuff really benefits you and your psyche and your health and all of this stuff. Like, I really fully believe if I didn't start joining the mutual aid, I think I would have felt so down in the dumps after all of this stuff. Maybe I wouldn't have even come up with this space eventually, because I don't know, I would feel a certain way. But I feel like the mutual aid helped me with that, in terms of like kind of pushing me to be like, I need to do things. Like, I can do things. I don't need to just play video games or like read or like whatever, just chill at home and like mope. Like, no, like, there's things I can do that won't like hurt my health or like put me
Yeah.
in jeopardy or
Right.
anything like that. So,
Right. And the other thing, I'm sure we could talk about this all day, is that, a lot of clients come to me and they say, like, I don't know how to make friends. You seem to just always make friends. And it's like, well, I have interests and I show up. And so if you show up, like you said, with transparent, like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I feel drawn here. It's a way to make friends, so that you're not just, and there's nothing wrong with sitting in a bar. But if you're going to do something good and you make friends through something that feeds your soul, you can go to the bar with those people, and you start to have an actual community,
mm-hmm.
that cares about you, that's like, hey, we did the mutual aid together, and it's camaraderie. It
Yeah.
really feels amazing. So what would you say if people are watching, and then I'm going to share about the raffle prizes, because we're raising money right now, I forgot to say that, for the mutual aid, because it runs itself, yay.
Mm-hmm.
um, how can people get involved, or like, is it money, time, both, or like, what's how do we get people to show up?
I would say money is, we always need money. Everybody needs money, makes the world go round.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
money for sure. But you can definitely sign up. Just shoot us an email, a DM, a text, whatever. Anybody you know who's in it, just text anybody, DM anyone. We're all more than willing to answer and tell you a little bit more, or like answer any questions, or put you on the sign up sheet. Um, yeah, you just have to reach out to us and
Great.
we'll do the rest. We'll put you on
Great.
a list and we'll get you going. And like I said, there's no like strings attached. If you can't do something for the next week, just be transparent and be like, "Hey, I can't do this." That's okay. There's no
Yeah.
pressure.
Great.
Let us know when you can hop on again.
I
So,
love that. And it sounds like people can just call and be like, I don't know what I want to do, but I'm a human being and I'm here.
yeah.
In the beginning, I know when we had Ladies of Business, there were like huge grocery deliveries. We just needed hands on deck. And I posted that day on Instagram, and like people showed up and they never did it again. But that day they were just like, I feel free, I feel resourced, I'm going to show up. Oh, and the other thing is, if people want to drop off food to the fridge, it could be dog food too, cat food,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, you
You
can
can
do that.
just
We
go
have
there.
a pet pantry. Yeah.
Huh, yeah. So how does that work? If somebody needs food, can they just take?
Yeah, listen, I've taken from there. I'm like, I need lettuce.
It's so good.
Got the lettuce. And it also just kind of breaks the stigma of the fact that a lot of people feel like, oh, I need food, that means it like I'm a bad person. It's like, no, like everyone needs food. Like, you deserve like fresh food, and that's just what we're trying to promote. Just breaking that stigma on top of like providing this resource for people. Like I said, people don't deserve just like canned foods and like some people don't want
Oh,
to process stuff. They want fresh food sometimes. So,
that's a huge point that we didn't talk about. This is fresh food. Like, I'm
yeah.
delivering, beautiful food, fruits, produce from Rise Food Co-op, not a co-op, but food share.
Hmm.
Right. This is
And
not
that's
just canned milk and potatoes.
Yeah, and that's the best part for me. It's like I said, anyone can just go there. I've met a couple ladies who live on the block there, and they're always like, "Oh, this cilantro is so good," and I'm like, "Yes, take more," you know. And I mean, I do a delivery every Sunday where I just go to Floyd Bennett Field. I don't know if you know, but there's like a massive community garden there. I think it's
Yes.
like the biggest garden in the East Coast. They told me,
Wow.
and they just give away their produce, and I'm like, thank you so much. They're like, take some for whoever you want, sometimes to the point that I can't even fit it in the fridge. So it's
Huh.
stuff like that that like really gets you feeling like, wow, like this is great, like this is helping somebody. And the fridge gets emptied, like people take the stuff,
Good.
so that's the really nice part about it.
What I want to give people as a homework assignment, because that's what I love doing, is go practice receiving. Go take something from the fridge and see what it feels like to take something that is part of a community. And it doesn't matter if you can afford it. Let's take the stigma out of, like, we all have needs. It's okay to receive free items. It doesn't mean anything about you. Maybe it's your cat or your dog, or if you live where I live in Far Rockaway, there are many cats that people love feeding. So if you have some kind of animal system on your block, like, go get some food and bring it and
Yeah.
really use what this community offers. It's like you're bringing your energy to something cool. And the refrigerators are painted, artists came, and it's a
Yeah.
really cool thing. And the Alameda Club is shaping up really cool. You can watch them on Instagram. So
Yeah.
cool.
Amazing.
Well, I want to share with everybody that we have this raffle going on. It's $5 for one ticket, and I'm going to share we have over $1,000 in raffle prizes. It's like
Nice.
unbelievable because people love giving in this community, So we got to have receivers too. So it's $5 for one ticket, $20 for 10 tickets, and you can get them in the Ladies of Business Rockaway Beach Instagram bio link, plus scattered all around. All right, here we go. So there's one custom magic wand, um, money meditation and affirmations, a workout and nutrition session, two $200 Wits End gift certificates, yum, two $25 Cuisine by Claudette gift certificates, two $50 Bates's barbecue. I'm going to trigger all my food addictions. Two $50 Pico gift cards, one $25 Uma's, one $30 La Cerviche, one $50 Rockaway Beach Bakery, one $50 RBQs, and a $25 Fat Cardinal Bakery. Yum, they do my birthday cake every year. And then a piece of beautiful jewelry. I got it from this woman. She sells amazing stuff. It's made of brass and silver. It's an art tag necklace. It's valued at $140, black and silver with 24 karat gold. It's
Wow.
so pretty. Um, and you can get as many raffle tickets as you want, and you're pretty much going to get something cool. So it's just so amazing to see how many people come together and give. Um,
Yeah.
really
That's
love that.
that's a lot of raffles. I did not expect all of that. That's amazing. I love it.
Yeah, and our teamwork, Jennifer Graziosi, she went around and got all these raffles. So sometimes people say, Shane, you're so busy. I'm like, I'm not, like, because I have people to lean on. I'm not doing it all myself.
Hmm.
And I'm addicted to my phone, so I might as well do it for something good.
Yeah.
And so the other things that are happening, as like this pop up Monday at the brewery, I did the Truth booth. Oh, and that's one of our biggest sponsors because they're offering up space and beer specials to get one of those free mugs. And you and I both work there, so that's fun.
Yes.
Um,
I used to work there. Yeah.
uh, yeah, last night was Ginger Ladd and Dreama Bell. They performed. Tonight is Wednesday. Here we are. Thursday night, live at the brewery, is the Financial Sharptress. She is giving and selling out money affirmations, and a short money experience. And then Friday is Marie. She sells essential oils and all kinds of like magical crystal products, roll-ons, and she sells a bug spray, which is really needed at the brewery, and it's
Yes.
all
Oh
natural.
my gosh, yes.
Saturday is Art Butt, another lady in business, and she is a artisan of bathing suits, masks, gloves. Like she makes them all by hand. Sunday is Amy the jeweler, where I got this ring, and Monday is Queen Darris. She's going to do color readings and flower readings for people. Basically, it's Darris's house party, and she's bringing it to you at the brewery. And then Tuesday, which I can't believe I'm going to say, September 1st, is we're gonna. I know, we're gonna pull all the raffles. So you
Oh,
have like what I don't even know what today is. Whatever today is, you have at least a week. Yeah, Wednesday. You have almost a week to get raffle tickets. And you can go to the brewery, of course, get your beers, get your Shawnee Slice, get your tacos, and get raffle tickets, or you can get them online. And that's it.
oh, that's very exciting.
Yeah.
Love this. Yay.
So at the Ladies of Business meetings, which also, if anybody wants to become a member, we do something called a Trinity. And I think let's close with a Trinity.
Okay.
Okay. And anyone watching, I haven't been checking on the Facebook, but it's something I got from Regina Thomashower, one of my teachers, and she owns a school called the Womanly School of Arts. And it's a brag or a celebration, a gratitude, and a desire. So I can go first, or you can go first, and I can remind you which and
You
which
go
one.
first, for
Okay.
sure. Yeah.
Ooh, oh. So I brag that my life is really working out, and it includes helping so many people from ages 4 to 89, and every day is an adventure. And I feel so good knowing I brag that I impact people's lives in major ways. I've had two clients move out to Rockaway, and they're just like, I can't believe it. It's so amazing here. Yeah.
Yay.
Um, and a lot of my clients don't live in this country. Like I've been using online business forever. And so I brag that everything is working out and it feels really good. Thank you. That's the proper response.
Yes.
Yay.
Yay.
And I am so grateful for all the opportunities in Rockaway that I get to show up. Like I could dance burlesque, I could do volunteer work, I could work in schools with children with special needs, I can work with clients on the beach. Like I feel like my genius ADD has such a home here in Rockaway. And I'm so grateful that I'm understood. By the way, I'm pro at this. Don't compare yourself to the way I'm doing.
Like,
Um, I'm so grateful for how many places I show up and feel really understood and really met. Um, and a desire. Okay, my desire is to really make sure, even if it's for 15 minutes, to get to the beach every single day and to bring my surfboard out, no matter what I call surfing, that I bring it out and that I enjoy it and spend as much time in the ocean as I can.
that
Yay!
was beautiful.
Thank you.
I'm not gonna be able to follow that,
It's
but I'm gonna do the
totally
best that
good.
I can.
Okay.
Okay, cool. That's really nice. I gotta start doing that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so I
Okay.
guess I brag that I too am like really starting to like build this business into a real thing. It's not just like an idea in my head and I'm actually going through with it. I've never started a business. I've always worked for other people. So it's really fun and I'm having a good time. A lot of work, but I am gonna brag about that I'm doing the work and I'm getting stuff done. Um,
Well
so
bragged. Thank you. Gratitude.
gratitude. I guess my gratitude would be for the people that I've met along the way and had helped me with starting up this business and join the mutual aid and push me to go a little bit harder, whether it's my family or my friends or people I just met 2 months ago. Like, I'm so gracious of these people because sometimes I feel like a fairy in the sky and I'm just like, I don't know where I'm going or what I'm doing, but people really keep me grounded and I'm so like that's my gratitude right there.
Beautiful.
Um
So well said. And
and
your desire.
then what's the last one again?
Oh, desire.
My desire would be my desire honestly would be a little less divisiveness in the world. I just want people to like kind of listen to each other and
Hmm.
understand that people have like different points of views on things, and it's good to just listen to sometimes and not like have to point like say your point of view on things, just to listen. Just
Hmm.
yeah, that's really it. I really just want people to listen. That is my desire.
That is
Yeah.
so beautiful. And so shall it be, or something even better. Amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Mo, this has been amazing. It's been fun getting to know you and
Yes.
connecting.
This is
And
great.
yeah, so do anything and everything you can. If you have any questions, you can write to myself, Enchantress Shane, or what's the email, what's the Instagram that you want people to follow? What's your business Instagram?
I'll definitely tell you that. So it's good form, one word, dot ny.
Great. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right. Well, I wish you the best night. And thanks
Thank
everybody
you.
for watching.
Yes, and follow Rockaway Mutual Aid.
Oh, yeah.
Please follow them also and
Yes.
donate. Yes,
Yeah.
thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. And I'll put a bunch of links so people can just
Yes,
click and send money. Just
that's
throw
perfect.
money, everybody.
Yes,
Okay.
send it. Thank you so much, Shane. I appreciate it.
Yes.
Love it.
All right. Have a good night.
You too. Thank
Bye.
you.